Hello, friends. A very warm welcome to all of you. I have safe and sound at your home in this current situation, which is announced by the government also. So today, let's time to utilize the time at home. So today we are going to discuss about the business importance when we are taking our business online. So what is the importance and how do we take our business online? In last webinar, I hope if you haven't attended, then obviously I've shared over there. In last webinar, I've shared that what is the importance of technology when you are running any kind of business, and what are the major challenges that generally every business face when they are running their business. So in today's webinar, I am coming up with one of the solution of that you have to build your online presence. Let's start with today's webinar. But before going further, let me introduce myself. I am Pranjal Goyal. I'm a business and technology consultant, and I'm having around 15 years of experience running two companies. So let me share my profile first so that it will give you a better idea of why we are discussing about the business presence online webinar today. And it will give you a better idea of how you can utilize the online stuff and which can help you to scale your business. So let me share the screen with you in which I'll be sharing my profile. So as I said that I'm running two companies. One company I'm running private limited, which is a software solution clients from past 9+ years and providing different technology solutions. And we are working in this online business from last 9 years. I'm running 𝐀𝐿 Solutions. Today's webinar is arranged by them only. So this is basically an educational platform which basically helps students, corporates, institutions, and various other entities to connect with each other and can provide a different kind of services to each other. So it's basically a kind of ecosystem in which help each other to share our knowledge, our services. It runs on the concept of learn, work, and earn. Okay, so when we talked about learn, so as you are aware of that, learning is an essential part of everybody's life. We have to learn day by day to grow ourselves. And if we are talking about the business, yes, the business includes learning also, obviously in a different way. But yes, the learning is very important part of every aspects of life and business. The second stuff, as I said, that it will work on is the work. Obviously, whenever you are learning something, so the better way is to implement those learnings so that you can achieve whatever you are looking for, right? So without working on the learnings, you obviously won't be able to meet your goal, whether it is life goal, whether it is your business goal. So working is also one of the aspects of QT Hub. The third one is the earning. Obviously, yeah, everybody is whenever somebody is going to learn something and working on those learnings. So the main crux or the main motive of that person is to earn from those learnings and from those works. So Tutti Hub resides on these three concepts or methodology, you can say, which will help to build an ecosystem in which students, corporates, campuses, institutes, even professionals also can utilize their presence on this platform and can serve or interact with each other to build the strongest community in this era. Okay, so now let's move to today's topic. That is, so today's we are going to discuss what is the importance of building our business online. What is the relevance of having our business online? Okay, so let's take an example, a practical example of why do we require our business to go online. Okay, let's take an example. So let me start from you only. So whenever, just tell me one thing, guys, to start any kind of purchase. Okay, whenever you are interacting with someone to avail their services or getting their products, what do you do generally? I hope you always go to the Google or the search engine and just type the name of that product, right? And if you are not able to find, then obviously it will give a negative impression to you that if there is no presence of that particular services and products, then it obviously creates a negative impact, or it will you can say boost down your morale on it, right? Because if you are not finding something for which you are looking for, then obviously uh, you have multiple things in your mind, whether that person is or whether their business is relevant to you or not, Is this the information that is missing which you are looking for? Why it is not present? Is it some kind of a fake thing in the industry or not? So these are the things which comes in our mind when we are like going for any kind of services in any kind of business, because as today is the technology area, so everything matters is the research, right? So you generally go for company details, the information of the products and services. So obviously, as your perspective, when you are going to purchase any services or product, when you are researching something, so if you are having your own business, right, in your own product or services, so obviously somebody with whom you want to sell your services and products, they can also look for these things, right? Because it will give a confidence to them that whatever the person or whatever the product or whatever services they are going to take from this particular business, they are relevant, right? So it gives a kind of, you can say, confidence to them, a kind of credibility you can create, so that the customer will feel a little comfortable in going or approaching you for getting the product and the services, right? So this is why the importance, you should have a proper presence on the web, right? Second thing is obviously when you are so the chances of getting discovered is very much, right? Obviously when you are discoverable, you are searchable, then someone will buy or purchase the things from you, because they can find the things, they can search on about you, and they find relevant information about you, about your product or your services, then obviously they will interact with you and get your services or product purchase. Or the third thing is obviously you will get a more and more leads. It increases your horizon of like reachability about your customers, right? Because if you are having an online business, then obviously you should have a limited amount of accessibility or ability about your business. But when you are coming online, so your visibility, your reachability increases, which is very much required in these days, irrespective of any kind of business you are doing. Irrespective, let's say you are a mechanic, or you are having, let's say, grocery shop, or you are having any kind of services. So no business in this world nowadays is present that they do not have any kind of online presence. So as I said, that it is very much important in today's area, that you should have an online presence for your business, for your business in that if you we are coming online, or it can be done in an easiest way. So the one thing I'll just tell you guys, that building an online presence is not a matter of one day or 1 month. It will take time, but yes, as you grow up, you can have a lot of opportunities for your business to scale. So you have to be patient. You have to invest your, if you are building for your business presence online, and you should have a strong online presence. So, like as I said, let's move to how you will build your web presence, various parameters, or what are the steps that needs to be taken care when we have to build our presence online. So let me just walk through with those things so that it will give you a better idea of what are steps we have to take care when we have to move to online world and expanding our vision. So let's start with the first one. The very first thing that will be required in building a strong online web presence is that we have to set up our goals, right? So when do we, what do we mean by goals is basically is that what do you want from the online presence, right? What is your goal in which you will get benefited? So obviously we should have a strong set up our goals with a time frame also, because if we are not able to meet the goals within a time frame, then obviously we are lacking something. So I'll like few of the things, few of the goals generally every business requires is, the first one is to provide information about our product and services. So as we are moving our business online, right? So obviously our main goal is to provide information about our services and products, so that the other person can search for it and can obviously interact with us to get it at their doorstep, right? The second goal generally every business has to increase the brand awareness. So as you see that if it is a brand, right, nobody will search for it, they will directly land into that brand name and then go for it, any kind of services and any kind of product. So we have to build our brand in this online space to attract more customers. And the third point is to get more and more customers, to generate leads for our. These are the three main, or you can say the first level of goals that we need to identify, and we need to define that what is our plan for executing these goals. Obviously, we have to implement these goals in a step-by-step manner, right? So just let me recap these things. First, obviously, we are looking to provide information about our product and services. The second thing in our goal is to increase our brand awareness so that everybody can search for us and can name us and can even refer us to the other service, to the other persons if they find our services suitable for them. The third thing is obviously the lead generation or getting more and more customer, right? So these are the three things we need to prepare with timelines, that what are our plans to execute on these things, so we'll get a better result. And the second step, you can say, for building a strong web presence is build a personal or a company website or a mobile app, right? So because obviously whenever someone is searching for your business, the very first thing or the very first step they are looking for is your website. So you should have a strong, or you should have a good website about your business. Otherwise, where you should mention all those your products and services today. It basically acts as a, you can say, platform where you can put up your voice for the other audience, for the other customers to understand about you, to understand about your services, your products, which will help them to gain the confidence that if this person or if this business is having a good website, right, then obviously he'll be doing something good for us, right? So whenever we are building our website, so we should take care of few of the things we should consider, because these things matters the most. Is the first one, the first and the very foremost is your you can say user experience. Whenever someone is visiting your website, what kind of user experience he is getting from your website? So you should have a clean image, you should have a clear cut content for your products and services, you should have a clear details about your contact. If they have to contact you, then where they can connect with you, they can put in their queries. So we should have these things we need to keep in our mind, so that whenever someone is visiting our website, whether it is a company website, whether it is a personal website, or whether it is an app also. If you have a business in which you require an app for promoting your content and services, then obviously its user experience should be good, right? It will impact on you can say your customer base, because the first impression is the last impression, and this is your first point of contact for your audience. Then the third step, obviously the first step is set up your goals. The second step is build your company website or mobile app or your profile. The third step we are going to discuss is how you can effectively use the social media. So nowadays, guys, as you are aware of, there are lots of social media platforms on which there are a number of persons who are promoting their products and services. But obviously, we should start with the top three. Okay, so the top three, if I'm talking about the social media platforms, as you are aware of, Facebook, the LinkedIn, and obviously the Twitter. So we should have a strong presence on these platforms if we want to promote our product, promote our businesses, promote our services. So we should have an effective or strong presence. So for that, what you have to do, right? What you have to do is first go to these platforms, okay, and create your business profile, because here we are talking about business. So we should have a business profile in these platforms. We should have a business pages on these platforms, which I don't think will take much of your time, but yes, it will create an impact on the others who wants to look for your business and who wants to interact with you to get the services away. So we should have a strong profile in which we'll have a professional images about ourselves if it is a personal profile, or our product and services if it is a business profile. So as I said that we should have a strong profile. Then obviously on these platforms there are a number of groups which are available. We can create our business pages on that. We can create our community if we are into services, if we are into some technology related, in which we are going to share our information of our learnings, our, you can say, knowledge. So we should have some kind of groups you can create for your business and services. Then the second way you can utilize these social media platforms is to connect or to join the community. I think in today's, like, any kind of business will have kind of community available on these platforms. There is no such business, I suppose, which do not have any kind of community. So join the community which talks about your business, right, or your services, because it will help you to gain the insights from the leaders, or you can say, or regular posters, and it will help you to increase your knowledge on how you can do the things which you are doing for your business, how you can promote, how you can generate leads for these things. So join the community which is relevant for you. It will help you to boost your services and business and to gain the learnings. Obviously, when you are joining any kind of community, right, so you are not joining just for the sake of it. You are joining for to getting the most out of it. So business is nothing. It's just like a kid. You have to develop it from step by step. No business can, you can say, scale in one day or in any time. It requires patience, it requires time, it requires efforts, it requires money also. So obviously you have to be patient about when you are utilizing these social media platforms, utilizing these online. Then the third thing is creating your presence or building an account in business directories. So if you are running any kind of product, any kind of services, obviously utilize the power of business directories also. Mention all the details in these business directories. So it will help you, or it will help the client and the customers to search for it from multiple sources, and it will boost their confidence. It will create a brand image in their thoughts when they are looking for you and your business. The fourth step is for building a strong web presence is build relationship. Okay, when we are talking about building relationships, so it is basically nothing but that how you are going to add the values for the customers from your business or from your services. If you are not able to add the values, then obviously there is a problem in scaling or getting the good customers. So always try to build a relationship with your customers and clients. And how you can build the relationship is, as I said, that if you are joining like any kind of community, any kind of groups, so always share your opinions in a positive way. Don't try to sell the things at very first instant. Just add on the values, just share your knowledge, how you can help them out. So do all these things in a better way, so that it over the time, over the period of time, it will help to grow a credibility of yourself, right? And the persons who are looking for your kind of services, for your kind of products, they can interact with you because you have built your rapport over the period of time by adding values in their services, in the products, in that industry. Because obviously when you are into a particular industry, you are adding values, so everybody recognizes you, and whenever someone is recognizing you, so obviously they will contact you if they are looking for any kind of product and services for that industry. Okay, then the fifth step and the most important step is keep improving using statistics. So like whenever you are doing any kind of business, so you always track on your expenses, right? So whatever the, let's say, things you are spending and how much results you are getting. So the similar way, you have to track your online presence also. So if you are using any kind of social media platforms, if you have built your web, if you are using any kind of business directories, so just keep in track on uh, the various activities that is performing or that is occurring in those things. For example, if you have a website, so track, add some kind of trackers. You can utilize Google Analytics. You can utilize Facebook Pixels. So add the trackers in your website so that you can track how many visitors are visiting your website, how many customers and clients are looking for your kind of services, until at what level they have explored your website. So it will give you analysis of how you have to plan your further actions. Similar is the case with social media presence also, right? What you have to do, you have to identify or you have to analyze how many followers you are having, how many fans your page is having. So all these things needs to be tracked on a regular basis, right? Only then you can implement or you can identify your strategies for how you can utilize effectively these channels, right? So to utilize these kinds of channels, obviously one of the important factor is the content, right? What kind of content you are posting in these platforms, whether it is a website or you can say social media, what kind of content and how frequent you are posting those contents in your social platforms, which are adding values in their, you can say, contributing or adding values in the customer services and products. So we have to plan in that way that, for example, let me give you a quick example. So if you are using Facebook as a social media platform for promoting your product and services, so you can have your content relevant or value added contents twice or thrice in a week, right? Don't post on every day, because obviously uh, there are lots of content that is being posted on a regular basis on these platforms. So we should not bombard the platforms with the content, but yes, we should like post only the relevant content which will add value, because every business will success only if it is adding value in the, you can say, users or customers or clients for which they have developed this business. So guys, these are some of the steps that needs to be taken care when we are building any business or when we are taking our business online. That is, let's quick recap. Set up your goals. That is, what is your goal for the same? Build your company website or your profile or your personal website. Build a brand so that which act as a, you can say, very first contact point for you or your business. Then effectively utilize the social media platforms, right? By taking parts, by posting content, by adding value, that's right. Because the good relations or the value added businesses you will get from your customer on a regular basis. Fifth one is obviously keep improving, right? Because based on the analysis, everybody, as I said, that every day we have to learn the things. So obviously when you are having online presence, so you can analyze the things, you can learn how to like improve on those analytics or stats so that you can get a good leads, good customers, and lots of customers in your pipeline to whom you can serve, right? So these are the five main factors, or you can say steps, we need to consider when we have to build a strong web presence. Because nowadays, guys, if you are online, if you do not have any web presence, then obviously you are like missing a very, you can say, big opportunity to scale up your business, to build your business. Okay. Now, what to do next? We have these steps ready. So what is next we have to do? Let's see. Every business, obviously, if you have to build a strong business, so what next we have to do is strategy, right? We have to build a strategy to go online, because without a strategy, most of the businesses are not able to impact their presence online. So we should have a strong strategy in place which will help us to take step by step, build our online presence in a better way and to get a solid base. So whenever someone is looking for us, they can just get into us on time from various sources. The second one is the consistency. Obviously, as I said that when you have to build an online presence, guys, you have to be consistent. Consistent in what? Consistent in adding values. Consistent in providing informations about your product and services. Consistency in like taking part in discussions, adding, share your opinions to them. So you have to be consistent in that. Only then, over the period of time, you will have a solid foundation for your business online. The third one is track. We discussed the fifth step, tracking of what works or what not for your business. Because obviously, over the period of time, you will get to learn that these strategies are working. So obviously, you will apply those strategies to boost up your business, to scale up your business. And those strategies which are not working for your business, obviously, that needs to be discarded. So we have to keep a track on what all strategies are working, what all things are working for us,